dead man valve right there. See on top of the cylinder there, close to the swing pedestal? That's the dead man valve that stops the boom from coming down. If you blow a hose, you can put the boom right up in the air and take a hose right off and it won't come down because it requires pressure in order to come down. Yeah, I have to get money and fix that, get a new pipe. I don't know if you can see that in there, but it's broken right off the muffler there, see? That's why it's so loud. What had happened was, it ran out of fuel one day a few years ago. Well, actually about four or 5 years ago. And when it ran out of fuel, it backfired so hard that it blew the exhaust pipe right off and it split the carburetor. And new carburetor was like $600. And I didn't have funds to buy one until about a year ago. And it sat up at a friend of mine's place for several years. Cow down there, yeah, the steer down there. Okay, now I'm going to put a battery in this truck and see if I can't start it up and move it around to the front where I can take the bumper off and start making up the brackets to mount the snow plow onto this truck. Today is Sunday, August the 20th. I'm not sure. 23rd, 24th? I can't remember now. That's the snow plow that goes on the front of this truck right here. Hooks into one of these holes here, depending on how much I want the blade to lean forward. And one lifting chain hooks to this ring, and the other lifting chain hooks to this ring, and this cylinder lifts the plow up and down. It is a very heavy plow, and it's got a spring in the moldboard, so this whole moldboard here flips back if you hit something hard. I don't know if you can see the spring back in there or not. No, but that's the push frame for it right there. And these are the two lifting chains, one on that arm and one on that arm. And it's I've been needing to do some welding on it, cut this rusted part out and weld a plate right across for many years now. And to fix this crack in here. But it was working fine still when I last used it. There's a few cracks in here. One there, one there. I'll probably put a flat bar right across there, a 6-inch wide flat bar, when I do it. So, being that I don't have a battery for that truck, I have to take the battery out of the forklift. That's why I drove the forklift over here, so that I didn't have to carry it so far. So I have to get a 1/2-inch wrench and take that battery out. And I can start this truck up and hopefully it'll stay running now that the fuel leak is fixed. Because it wouldn't stay running before. It would run and then it would slowly die out because it was losing fuel pressure for the fuel injection. Yeah. That's what happens. I have so much to do and it's already turning so cold already, but I've been sick for like over a year And it finally showed up in my blood tests about 6 weeks ago. That my estrogen levels have dropped right off of the scale. And that probably explains the extreme heavy sweats I go into every time I start to exert myself a little bit. I end up soaking wet and dripping, and then I get lightheaded, and I feel like I'm going to pass out. And like, I come out here and do something for 10-15 minutes, and it's like I have to get in the house and lay down before I pass out. So I've been working at the snowplow project now for a month, between taking it off the other truck. I had an appointment for August the 1st to see a specialist for it, but then I got a letter saying that he wasn't going to be in, and I got rescheduled for September the 1st. And I suffered this all last winter, and all summer has been progressively worse and worse, and with the heat, 75, 80 degrees, even 70 degrees, it would just like, I'd feed the animals and I'd be done for the day. Just wipe right out, and I sleep so much. Especially the last month, I can't stay awake. Like yesterday, I came out here and fed the animals, and I figured, well, I'll go in and lay down for a few minutes and come out and do this, and I fell asleep and I didn't wake up till 9 o'clock last night. And I came out and fed the animals, had a bite to eat, and I fell back to sleep, and I woke up at 4:30 this morning. That's been my routine for the last couple of months. But I'm usually up by 4:30, 5 o'clock anyway all the time, but it finally showed up in my blood test that my estrogen levels just took a skydive, and I don't know, I get blood work done every 12 weeks because of my hyperactive thyroid I used to have, and they had to burn it down with radioactive iodine several years ago. So every 12 weeks I get my blood checked because of that, to make sure that, because I don't have a thyroid, that everything is in check, and that the thyroid replacement that I'm taking is enough.